Hi, Ava. Aren't you going to come home yet? It's almost time for dinner. I'm sure your daughter Dora wants to have dinner with her mother as well.
Huh? Are you trying to make me come home by bringing up Dora? That's called bullying your son's wife. You need to respect me more because I'm being kind enough to let you live with us.
I don't really need you to live with me, though.
I guess so, because you don't have any illnesses and are still of the age where you can still work just fine.
If you understand, then would you please stop making me take care of Dora for you all the time?
What?
It's always me, her grandmother, who sends her off and picks her up from kindergarten. She spends most of her time at home with me as well.
Of course she does, because I'm asking you to take care of her.
That's not what I'm trying to say. Her father usually comes home by 5 in the evening, but you always come home after Dora's already gone to bed. Don't you think that not spending time with your 5-year-old daughter could be a bad thing for your relationship with her in the future? Not only that, but I don't know where you go off to from morning till dusk, but it seems that you're spending a ton of money.
What? You have no right to call me out on that. Speaking of which, I'm actually very busy. I can't come home yet, so make sure Dora takes a bath, eats dinner, and goes right to bed, all right?
Huh? Hold on. Just what time do you intend on coming home? Tell me that at least.
I don't know.
Ava!
I'll end the conversation here then.
Jesus, will you please stop messing around?
Hi, Mrs. Tate. Are you home yet? You have it so easy going on a trip 3 days with your second son's family.
The main purpose of the trip was to do an interview for work, and I only brought my second son's family because they also had something to do with work.
An interview? That doesn't make sense. So, are you home yet?
Yes, we just reached the front door.
Go to your room immediately.
Huh? All my stuff is gone, and in its place is this supposed to be a child's room?
That room is going to be Dora's room from now on, so leave the house, will you?
What? Me? You're telling me to leave the house?
Yes, I am. Do I have to repeat myself?
Where did you put all my stuff?
I threw it all away.
You threw it away? Even my computer and printer?
Of course. Those are just your toys, right? It doesn't make sense for me not to throw them away.
I use those for work. What have you done?
What are you talking about? You don't even have a job, right?
Huh?
You see, Mrs. Tate, have you noticed that it's been 3 years since we started living with you?
I don't know the exact amount of days, but I remember around 3 years ago today my son Desmond suddenly brought you and Dora to my house and said, "Please let us live with you."
Huh? What do you mean, let us live with you? Don't you mean that we offered to live with you?
What? The company Desmond worked at suddenly went bankrupt, and he could no longer support the family, so you 3 would live with me until he found another job. Was the situation right?
Huh? Ew! You're so delusional. The only reason Desmond changed jobs was because he found a better paying one. It also just happens to be that his new office was near your house, so we were kind enough to move in with you. But even after that, you show us this huge attitude all the time, even though you're just a parasite that depends on Desmond to get by. It really touches on my nerves, you know? Don't you realize I'm giving you a job to do by making you take care of Dora as a way to repay what we're doing for you? That's why I finally decided to exercise my authority as the oldest son's wife and take your room away from you. This is to show you how lucky you were that Desmond offered for us to move in with you. The parasite's garbage needed to be cleaned up, you know, and finally leave.
What are you going to do about Dora? Is there someone else that's going to take care of her?
I'm going to invite my mother to live with us from now on. So, there aren't any problems regarding that. Actually, she's already here. By the way, the guest room is now my mother's room.
Is that so?
I'll say it one more time. Parasitic trash like you needs to be cleaned up and thrown away. Please just hurry up and leave.
I understand. I'll clean up, all right?
Oh, look at her now. You're going to clean yourself up, the garbage, by yourself? I mean, go ahead.
There's one last thing I want to tell you, though. You've barely spoken to Desmond these past 3 years, right?
So what if I haven't?
I heard that whenever Desmond tries to find time for the two of you to talk, you always brush it off and ignore him. You should realize that by kicking me out, you've made your position a very dangerous one.
Huh?
Well then, I'll be seeing you at a later date.
Mrs. Tate! Is it seriously true that this house used to be your parents' house and you've been the owner since you inherited it 10 years ago? And that when you were on the computer, you weren't playing games, but actually working as a freelance worker? And that Desmond has been trying and failing to get a job these past 3 years? Which is why you've been paying for our living expenses all this time?
Yes, it's true. You've got something wrong with Desmond, though. It's not that he hasn't been working at all these past 3 years. He found a job at a temp agency and worked as a temporary employee for a while, but the pay was so low that he couldn't possibly support his family with it, which is when he noticed that he has no skills that would make him attractive in the job market. That's when he decided to get a national license and quit his job at the temp agency, and he started studying while working part-time. Thankfully, he was able to pass the exam. He was able to find a new job immediately thanks to his new qualifications, but, to his dismay, that company also went bankrupt 3 months later.
Huh.
Just yesterday, though, he was finally able to have some good luck. A friend of his who started his own business contacted him saying he was looking for someone with the exact same qualifications Desmond had, and so he hired Desmond. A few days earlier, Desmond told me that he was finally able to get a job that paid well. I gave a sigh of relief at that, but now for some reason, I've been kicked out of my own home by his wife.
No way. This is the first I'm hearing this.
I told you yesterday, but Desmond would always try and find time to talk to you, but you would always just ignore him, saying that it was a hassle. I do think that me and Desmond are partly to blame for what happened, though, since we always just let you get away with it. By the way, how's Dora?
She keeps asking me where her grandmother is. Even though my mother is also her grandmother, Dora won't listen to a word she says. She just barely listens to what her father Desmond says.
I told you that not spending any time with Dora, who's only 5 years old, might negatively affect your relationship with her in the future, right? It seems that that's what's happened.
But then what are you saying I should do? I have no idea what to do with Dora. Mrs. Tate, what is this invoice you sent me? I don't have $100,000. I'm just a housewife.
But that's the money you owe me for breaking the tools I need for work. It's the computer and the printer you called my toys. $100,000 is probably cheaper than what it's actually worth. Luckily, the data I was currently working on was backed up. But since my computer was thrown away, I'm no longer able to meet my deadlines. Desmond offered to pay for it, but I refused his offer.
Why?
If someone bails you out of this situation, this wouldn't have taught you a lesson. By the way, both your mother and your father, who's currently abroad on a business trip, agreed to making you pay for the damages. I always wondered what you were doing while you were off somewhere, making me take care of Dora for you. Apparently, you were always at your parents' house in the neighboring town and just laid around looking at shopping catalogs. I thought I would tell you because of your excuse of me bullying you is not going to work with your parents anymore.
No way. I was divorced. Desmond let me off without making me pay an alimony, but he says I have to pay him child support every month from now on. I regret what I did, so why don't we just forget all about this? I oppose us divorcing.
But didn't you sign the divorce papers yourself?
I only did so because Desmond pressured me to. Please convince Desmond to get back together with me. Have a bit of sympathy for me.
Well, I do understand why you people don't want to get divorced. You probably would have divorced Desmond without a second thought, though, if he was unemployed like he used to be. But now he's found a new job for sure this time, and he's going to be earning as much as he used to 3 years ago.
I know that.
Thinking of divorcing a woman who sees my son only as an ATM is the right choice. Which is why I have no intention of helping you.
But, fine. If it's come to this, then I'm not going to leave this house no matter what you do. I'll consider leaving if you let me get back together with Desmond and forget about the $100,000, though.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I've already sold that house.
You sold it?
I mean, it's already 70 years old. It doesn't look like it, but it's already falling apart in some places. I was debating whether to reform it or to sell it, but I decided selling it would be a better decision for me.
No way! My mom's telling me not to come home.
I'll give you until the end of this month, so hurry up and prepare to leave, all right?
I have nowhere else to go. Why is no one helping me?
I decided not to help Ava in any way except for giving her time until the end of the month to move out. It seems that she interpreted what I told her in a different way, though, since it didn't look like she had packed her stuff even when it was the night before she was supposed to leave. Desmond, who had finally had enough, forcefully threw her out of the house after noon that next day, since she refused to leave. Of course, I couldn't let Dora see her parents like this, so I handed her over to my second son's house, where I'm also temporarily staying. Desmond was able to get custody of Dora, so it seems that I'm going to be helping him take care of her at my new house we're moving into next week. As for Ava, who is now on her own, apparently she was able to find a job that came with housing. She got into trouble with the other employees on the first day, though, and since she can't just quit, she now spends every day being treated coldly by her fellow employees, always working on the verge of tears.
Hey, David. It's been a while, hasn't it? I think it was like 3 years ago, right?
Is that you, Marge?
Hey, old friend.
Old friend, are you kidding me? You really got nerve contacting me.
Huh? Come on, David. I know you were probably waiting for me to contact you.
Excuse me? What the hell are you talking about? Did you hit your head on the bedpost when you woke up this morning?
Relax, David. I'm just screwing with you. You've always been so stuffy. Have a little fun, would you? But I know. You're probably acting this way because in reality, you can't get enough of me. Am I right?
You really haven't changed one little bit, have you, Marge? You're unbelievable. Have you forgotten that we got divorced because you cheated on me? So that little incident is all forgotten, I see. On top of that, the guy you had an affair with, that guy was married too. Do you really think I still have any feelings for someone who cheated on me and without a second thought ruined another family?
Yeah, well, I guess that's how you feel about it, huh?
Excuse me? What the hell are you talking about?
Come off it, David. Don't act so innocent. I know all about what you did.
Quit beating around the bush, would you? I have no idea what you're talking about! If you have something to say, make it quick, would you? I'm really busy right now. I don't have time for this crap.
That woman you married a little while back? You guys got divorced, right?
Huh?
Wasn't her name Sandy? No, it was Sandra, right? I heard she was from a real poor family. And a bit of a troublemaker or something. Is that true? And on top of that, she's not very pretty, to say the least.
Don't you dare make fun of Sandra! You have no right to even mention her name!
Apparently, she was just after your status and success. Simply put, she was just after your money. That's why she married you, right? Seems pretty obvious that you got divorced. I mean, it was just a matter of time.
Wait 1 second. Back up for a second. What are you talking about, status and success? Are you talking about me?
There you go again, David. No use hiding it. I know all about you. I still know people around your neighborhood. They told me all about it.
Pardon me? Who the hell told you? And what did they tell you? What are you talking about?
It makes no difference. If you think about what our future will be going forward, well, that's all such trivial matters.
Stop right there. Our future? Who are you talking about?
Do I have to explain everything to you? You and me! That's who I'm talking about!
Are you for real? Now why would I want that?
We're going to get married again! You must be overjoyed.
Oh, how wonderful! I'm overjoyed! Are you nuts? Let me repeat myself. You cheated on me, that's why we got divorced. I have no intention of marrying you.
Just put all the past aside, would you?
How could I just put all that aside? Anyway, why the hell are you even bringing all this up? This is totally nuts! I haven't told anyone I wanted to get back with you, or that I still had any affection for you.
What are you talking about? No words are necessary. Your breaking up with Sandra is proof positive.
Excuse me. Why is my breaking up with Sandra got to do with me getting back together with you?
Well, that's obvious, isn't it? You guys were married for like 6 months, and already you're divorced? Kinda proves that you still love me, right?
I really don't understand that logic.
So that's the situation. So, when do we get married again?
I'm sorry, but we're never getting back together again!
I know this is hard for you, David, but really, relax. Everything's gonna be fine. We got our lives back.
I'm plenty relaxed, thank you.
So, where are you living now? I stopped by the apartment we used to live at, and there is another family living there. Where are you at now? Did you buy a house or something? That it's over on the west side, right? Are you living in the Hillsborough area now?
You really think I would tell you where I live? You're delusional.
Come on, David. How are we supposed to meet up and discuss this further? I mean, how the hell are we supposed to get remarried if I don't even know where you live? I know it's been 3 long years since we separated, but like I keep saying, David, relax, I'm back. I'm ready to give you all the loving you need.
I have zero intention of getting back together with you, much less meet you face to face.
I keep telling you, that's all in the past. Be true to yourself. Ugh, were you always so stubborn? You used to agree with everything I said. What changed after 3 years? Got so lonely for me that you forgot me? Well, I'll remedy that right away. Tell me where you live and I'll be right over.
I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul! I have zero affection for you. Zero love. 0, 0, 0. You got that?
Please, David. Just give me the address and sit back and wait for my arrival. You won't regret it. I have to get out of this apartment by the end of the month, so come on! Just give me the address and let's get this ball rolling. What do you say?
Take your balls somewhere else, please, and don't contact me again.
Excuse me?
I'm going to block you, so see ya.
Hey, David! Are you there? Come on, pick up! Can't believe you really blocked me! How could you? I had to change my line ID because of that. I know you had a hard time expressing your emotions, but this is going too far, David. I know you love me. Just say it!
Huh? Not you again, Marge. What'd you do? Go out and buy a new phone? Are you serious?
That's right! My contract period wasn't over yet, so it cost me a bit. But it was worth it. The crazy stuff we do for love, huh?
You've got to be kidding me.
Come on! Hurry up! Open the door!
The door? What are you talking about?
Don't be surprised. I found out what your address is, and now I'm here. I brought all my stuff with me. So come on, open up.
Pardon me.
I've been ringing the doorbell for the last 10 minutes, and nobody has answered. I know you're in there. Open up! The moving truck is here with me too, so... Could you hurry it up? Are you taking a shower or something?
Hold on a second. I haven't heard any doorbell. Nobody outside as far as I can see.
Maybe you need to take a cold shower. I'm standing right in front of your door. Take a look through the peephole. You'll see my beautiful face out here. I got all dressed up for this very occasion. Are you looking through the peephole? I'm right here, my love.
Yeah, I'm not screwing around. There's nobody out there. I don't see any moving truck outside either. You sure you came to the right place?
Pardon me? No way you can't see that big yellow truck outside. That thing sticks out like a sore thumb.
You know what? Maybe you went to the wrong house, because I don't see anybody outside.
No way. Sure you got your glasses on? I'm sure they said it was the Stanton Mansions out on the West End.
Stanton Mansions? Where the hell is that? Oh, wait a sec. Oh, yeah, that was a weekly rental place I was at. I moved out of there last week.
Excuse me? Last week? This place is weekly rental? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, after I left my parents' place, I rented that place for about 2 months.
What the hell is all this? What's going on?
I see. So, you've been snooping around about me all this time and you failed to get the most pertinent info.
What the hell are you talking about?
Just so you know, I got remarried to Sandra.
Excuse me? You what? You just got divorced. How could you get married again so soon? That doesn't make any sense. If you're going to lie, do a better job, would you?
It's true, what can I say?
No way that's true! That's complete BS! What are you up to? Is this your way of getting rid of me? That's it, isn't it? Just tell me where you live now and let's get hitched again. Stop with all this BS melodrama!
Oh boy, I guess I have no choice but to explain the whole thing to you. You remember I told you I had an older sister, right?
Yeah, I do recall you saying something about her. Didn't she have trouble with your folks, and she left home after graduating from high school? That sister? You said you hadn't heard from her in years. I never met her. What about her?
Yeah, when Sandra and I were living at my folks' place, she suddenly came home. After 3 failed marriages, and her kids in tow, a single mom.
3 failed marriages? You're kidding me.
No joke. And with 4 kids.
Holy smokes! 4 kids?
So that's where it got all complicated. When she moved in and she started treating Sandra a bit harshly. Sandra works at home, so she would have her take care of all 4 kids while she went out drinking with her friends. She'd take Sandra's things without permission. Makeup, clothes, jewelry, you name it. She was even stealing money out of her purse.
She must have had it pretty hard.
But my folks are on my sister's side because of the kids. I mean to have 4 cute grandkids running around. They're like putty in their hands. As you can imagine, it was pretty tough on me and Sandra. So in order to cut all ties with my folks and save Sandra from this dreary life...
So, you guys concocted this divorce sham.
To actually make them believe it, we actually went through with the divorce and showed them all the legal papers.
Huh? Just for that you guys got divorced?
Yeah, that was the fastest and easiest way to start clean. I took her maiden name and we started a new life together. I was able to escape my family and move out of that hornet's nest and start our new life. A clean slate, so to speak. We figured 2 months was adequate and we moved out. That was a week ago. Right after we moved out, we remarried. Got all the paperwork done at City Hall and now we're starting our new life.
I see. Huh. A pretty far-fetched tale. I mean, did you really have to go so far? But, David, I don't see why you picked a not-so-good-looking woman who can't even handle her in-laws. You would be much better off with a beautiful, smart, and experienced, wink wink, woman like me.
After hearing all that, are you still insisting on going through with this charade you've been scheming this past few weeks?
Of course! Why wouldn't I? You still love me, right? I mean, why continue to act as though you love Sandra? It's just a pretend no-love marriage. Way better to end it now. And start anew with a woman you know, love, and can trust. Right? Just tell her that you love Marge. That you've always loved her. And that you want to marry her. And start a new life with me. Come on, David. I know you feel that way. You do feel that way, don't you? It would be a huge load off of your shoulders if you would just admit it. Okay, then. I guess it's been decided. Let's get the ball rolling.
Marge, you're not listening.
I'm ready. Give me the address. I'll be over right away.
Hey, Marge, have you been smoking something? Or maybe ate some magic mushrooms?
No, I'm fine.
No matter how many times you say it, no matter how you spin it, I can tell you something right now. Sandra and I have no plans to get divorced. We did it once and that was enough, even though it was fake. So please stop at this, would you? It's starting to get annoying.
Please, David, hold on a second. You got divorced because you still love me, right? That's what's going on, am I right?
Like I said, it's really getting super annoying. You're delusional.
Delusional?
Please get it through your head once and for all. I've decided to spend the rest of my life with Sandra, and nobody can change that. Not you, not my folks. We love each other, and that's that. The only reason we divorced was to cut ties with my folks. We succeeded in doing that, and now, as planned, we remarried. That's all there is to it. You have no place in this story. Sorry. Seems straightforward. Why can't you accept that?
But you still love me, right?
I keep telling you I have zero affection for a woman who cheated on me and betrayed me. And like you keep insisting, I'm not holding some secret love for you or emotionally not able to express my love for you. That's all total BS. I love Sandra and that's that.
But it's you who's not listening! You have status and success! You're going to need a beautiful wife like me at your side if you're going to succeed in the future! I'll stand by your side through thick and thin!
I don't know where you got your wires all screwed up, but it wasn't me who succeeded. Everyone must be talking about Sandra. She's the one with the brains and this so-called success you keep mentioning.
Huh? Pardon me?
It's not that I'm doing all that bad. After moving out of my parents' place and starting a new job, my salary has increased. And things are looking pretty good. But still, no way I can't match Sandra's annual salary.
Huh? Are you serious?
I suppose the neighbors saw we were suddenly doing better. My folks went out and bought a new car, fixed up the house a bit. So maybe someone in the neighborhood figured I was suddenly making a lot more money, or, as you say, was successful. But all that was because they were sponging off Sandra's income. They could never afford that on their own.
No way. Are you really being straight with me?
Oh yeah, a lack of research on your part, sorry to say. So that's that. See ya, have a good life.
Wait a sec! What the hell am I supposed to do? I can't go back to my parents' place. They kicked me out 3 years ago after we got divorced, and I already terminated my apartment lease last week. Can't go back there.
Buzz, buzz.
Please, David, help me! I have no one else to turn to!
Boy, I really didn't expect that. With all the troubles with my folks and with my sister, Sandra and I finally worked things out. But all of a sudden, here comes Marge. I later learned that she was heavily in debt due to having to pay a huge settlement to me. There was ample evidence of her adultery. I guess she heard I got divorced and figured she could get back with me and thus get out of paying her debt. I learned later from a friend that she was eventually able to return to her parents' home after pleading with them. What are parents for, right? But it apparently didn't last long. A friend who lives nearby witnessed some arguing in front of the house. It got so out of hand that police were eventually called. Her parents subsequently found a live-in job for her at some factory back east. As for Sandra and I, we finally moved into our new home and quietly living our life.